Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to my channel. This is Sweety and to another new video. எங்கே இருக்கோம் நம்ம மொட்டை மாடல இருக்கோம். அப்படின்னா இது என்ன வீடியோ உங்களுக்கே தெரிஞ்சிருக்கும். Okay, so normally when an individual is growing, நம்ம எப்படி கண்டுபிடிப்போம்? You have height scales and weight measurements. But if you're growing as a person, how would you know that? The other day I was just sitting in the class and obviously lecture போயிட்டுருந்துச்சு and my mind was not there, okay? But I was genuinely thinking about we are adults now. We are grown-ups now. We have a life to maintain. We have a life to work on. So how do you say, like how does the outer world say that I am grown enough to, take care of the life that I have for myself, right? So இப்படிப்பட்ட சில பல கொஸ்டின்கள்லாம் என் மண்டையில் ரொம்ப நேரம் ஓடிட்டு இருந்துச்சு. And let's say that your girl did go through a period of self-analyzation. So when you think about growth as an individual in your life doesn't always scream like transformation time, right? It's more like quiet mornings, cancelled plans, saying no, just sitting with your thoughts and unlearning, relearning, and sometimes just not texting somebody back. So today let's talk about the 5 signs that show that you're growing, even if your life feels like a slow loading page. Just a disclaimer, this is not your typical waking up at 5 a.m., drinking green tea, conquering the world kind of glow up list. It's the real stuff. The messy one, but subtle, but definitely a powerful kind of growth. Let's dive into it.
I don't think so. No, 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 no. Maybe someday you'll have it your way. Maybe someday it'll all work out. Until then, nope.
Number 1, you do not chase chaos anymore. Remember when life had to be dramatic to be interesting or just to feel alive? Like you needed to be in somebody's life, the Bob the Builder, and like fix their life or be in the loop of what's happening in their life or basically in our life, or even just play the therapist to a friend who doesn't even ask how you were doing. Been there, gone through it, here I am. But now we're just like, nope, I choose my peace. I choose YouTube and I choose a nap. In my case, I would normally, I never do this, but then I started doing this few years before. That is decluttering your WhatsApp group. Okay, some of my friends hate me because I do that. Okay, I know you're watching this, but then the kind of calmness that you get when you declutter the stuffs that are no more needed, right? It brings you a sense of peace. Okay, so this is not about being cold, okay, or being ignorant of what happened in the past. Okay, you went through it, you learned from it, and you're moving on now. Okay, you are growing. That's how life happens. Okay, so I don't want anybody to be like, oh my god, so toxic. No, wait, there were people, there were situations, there were things that really mattered to you in the past. It helped you a lot. It made you to grow as a person that you are right now. Now it's time to move on. Okay, it's about choosing calm over constant noise. Okay, having noise, it's good. Okay, you need some chatter batter so that at least at that way your life will seem little interesting. ஆனா எல்லா நேரத்துலயும் கச்ச 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 கச்சன்னு சவுண்ட் கேட்டுட்டு இருந்துச்சுன்னா where will you concentrate? Where is your focus? You're losing more than what you're gaining. That is basically what it is. When I talk about this point, it's more like you're not running towards chaos anymore because you have learned that real growth feels more like safety and not survival. Okay, you are not wantedly seeking behind problems. You are not seeking noise constantly. Choosing peace even when it feels boring is emotional maturity in action. Number 2, you outgrow people and you do not beg them to stay. Let's be honest, சரியா? Who are we lying to? அதனால letting go of people you love but no longer align with could be brutal. But then kid, that's the reality, சரியா? Because you as well as them both are individuals, and it is very important to realize that both of you, or like the group, the individuals involved, every single person goes through the phase of growing. எல்லாருமே அவங்க வாழ்க்கையில they are moving on, சரியா? They are learning a lot of things and they are progressing in one or the other way. So it is difficult to figure out that the person that you actually love might not align with you in the future stand. And once that realization hits you, it is so hard to agree to it and Personally, I would say that you will be in stages of denial for like months. There was a time you would chase old friendships or relationships just to not be alone. But now you understand that growth sometimes look like outgrowing people who still live in chapters of your life that you have already closed. You do not hate them, okay? So when all these things might feel like, oh my god, I need to like hate them and move on with my life. La 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 la. You genuinely love them, but the reality is that you outgrow them and they remain a very important person in the chapter in your previous chapter. The only thing is that you have moved forward to another chapter. Avladhan. And choosing to move on with closure but with no drama is quite kind of strength. Moving on to the third point. Your silence is intentional. So this point would be kind of close to heart to people who connect with me. Okay, people who have been a over-explainer or like a yapper for the whole of your life. Seriya. Just getting to know the fact that, wait, my silence is also valued takes a lot of time. Seriya. Because எனக்கே பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஐ டென்ட் டு லைக் எக்ஸ்பிளைன். நான் வந்து சொல்லணும், இங்கே பாருங்கள் இப்படி இருக்குது சரியா, அதனால் புரிஞ்சுக்கோங்க அப்படின்னு சொல்லி நான் சொன்னாதான் வந்து மற்றவங்க என்னை புரிஞ்சுப்பாங்கன்னு நினைக்கிற ஆள் தான். ஸோ திடீர்னு வந்து என்னது என்னோட சைலன்ஸ் வந்து இன்டென்ஷனலாக இருக்குமா, என்னோட சைலன்ஸை வந்து பீப்புள் அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட் பண்ணிப்பாங்களா? திஸ் இஸ் அ வெரி பிக் கன்ஃபியூஷன் தட் ஐ வெண்ட் த்ரூ. பட் நம்ம ட்ரையல் அண்ட் எரர் மெத்தட் பண்ணணும் தானே, அதனால கோயிங் த்ரூ தேட் மெத்தட் ஐ கைண்ட் ஆஃப் ஃபிகர் அவுட் தட் people who want to understand, they'll understand even your silence. Magic. That's how actually human relationships work on, okay? So there used to be a time when we would like clap back to people, defend yourself, give lengthy explanations just to prove your point. But now, you let people think what they want and just go about your day. Chariya. Because ultimately the people who understand you, the people who truly believe you will genuinely understand your actions. Mathabadi, I think everybody would be asking like, yeah, yeppadi, why, all those WH questions. And that doesn't mean, okay, you're not explaining yourself அப்படின்னு சொன்னனால வந்து okay, I'm just bottling things up. அப்படியும் கிடையாது. You're just choosing not to give free rent in your mind to things that don't matter. And your silence isn't passive anymore. The word passive has a great importance here. ஏன் தெரியுமா? Again, coming to people like me, okay, va? When you like keep talking, when you keep explaining, okay, and you are only silent when somebody else is talking. Chariya. You kind of play a passive role, like, I don't have anything to say, so here's my silence. Chariya. But then this silence that we're talking about is not a passive one. Rather, it's a peaceful one. You're actively choosing to be silent. You speak when it's needed. Varoma, nama point ku varoma. You speak when it's needed. And you save your energy for those people who listen, not just those who want to respond. Now you would be like, Sweety, wait, கேட்குறவங்க ரெஸ்பாண்ட் பண்ணணும்னு எதிர்பார்ப்போம் தானே? The response that I'm talking about here is people who just want to ask you why. சரியா, நீ என்ன பண்ணாலும் சரி, நீ ஏது பண்ணாலும் சரி, ஏன் பண்ண எதுக்கு பண்ண எப்படி பண்ண, people who just they're not listening to you, ஓகேவா? நீ இவ்வளோ நேரம் கொடுத்த எக்ஸ்ப்ளனேஷன் யாருமே கேட்கல. இந்த வீடியோ மாதிரி தான், சரியா? நான் இவ்வளோ பேசுகிறேன், யாருமே கேட்டிருக்க மாட்டீங்க. உனக்கு என்ன நடந்துச்சுன்னு என்கிட்ட கேட்பீங்களே தவிர்த்து, உனக்கு எப்படி இந்த தாட் வந்துச்சுன்னு கேட்பீங்களே தவிர்த்து, நான் இவ்வளோ நேரம் பேச நீங்கள் யோசிச்சிருக்க மாட்டேன். அதுதான் விஷயம், சரியா? So there are people who will listen to you, சரியா? And they will understand and they will ask you genuine questions, like try to shape your thoughts for that, சரியா? But then there will be people who just hear you out because they just want to ask you questions. They're like, yeah, why, tell me. So that's the difference. Quickly moving on to the fourth point. You're learning to rest and not quit. என்னோட போன வீடியோ, ஓகேவா, இதுக்கு முன்னாடி உள்ள ஒரு வீடியோவில் நீங்கள் பார்த்தீங்க, feeling stuck up அப்படின்னு சொல்லி அந்த வீடியோவில் நீங்கள் பார்த்தீங்க அப்படின்னா, I would have talked about why you feel stuck up and the phrases that you go through. அங்கே நான் ஒன்று சொல்லியிருப்பேன், இது மாதிரி it's having the mindset of all or nothing. சரியா? ஸோ நான் பண்ணால் உருப்படியாக பண்ணுவேன், ப்ராப்பராக பண்ணுவேன், இல்லை நான் பண்ணவே மாட்டேன் அப்படின்னு ஒரு மைண்ட் செட்டில் இருக்கிறது. அந்த பாயிண்ட்டும் இந்த பாயிண்ட்டையும் வந்து கோரிலேட் பண்ணிக்கலாம். அந்த வீடியோ இன்னும் பார்க்கலன்னா I'll put up in the cards and also in the description, so go watch that. So yeah, because we all tend to be in that kind of mindset where we're like, கொடுத்தா I'll be like 200%, I'll get my thing done in that accuracy, or else just give up completely. But now, this is when you feel like you're growing, okay? As an individual, your mindset starts to shift. by learning the art of pausing, of resting, or taking breaks without abandoning the entire dream. Maybe you used to feel guilty for sleeping in or skipping a to-do list, but now you're like, I'm not a machine. I also deserve soft days too. And in my case, as somebody who puts up plan with me videos and all those things, you might be like, Inga, video, Inga, plan with me video, Inga. Okay, I'll tell you, okay. This is what you say growth. I have my personal to-do list. I have my monthly planners happening. But then I have come to a point that I do not have to be rigorously following that. I do not have to punish myself or force myself into following the list. I have always told in my plan with me videos. என்னோட பழைய plan with me videos நீங்கள் பார்த்தா கூட நான் கண்டிப்பாக சொல்லுவேன், this is a brief plan that we are putting. Like we are setting this up, ஓகேவா? இது எல்லாமே டாப் டு பாட்டம் வரை கரெக்டாக பண்ணணும்னு அவசியம் கிடையாது அப்படின்னு சொல்லி நான் எப்பவுமே சொல்லுவேன். And I stand by it, okay? But then there was also a point in my life where I was like, if I put it that in to-do list, I am getting it done. Chariya. There were days where I want to go for walking, okay, and then it would be pouring, and I'll be like, oh my god, I was not able to go for walking because it's raining, and I'll be hard on myself. Nadandurk. Chariya. But then that shift from burnout to wow, தெரியுமந்தல்லையே தெரிஞ்சிருக்காது பரவாயில்ல. Coming back, I just saw a flight of birds. Okay, coming to the point. That shift from burnt out to balance, that is your growth. If you have felt that way, congratulations. Finally, coming to the last point, but definitely not the least, Chiriyam. ரொம்ப முக்கியமான point தான். You are kinder to the version of you that's still figuring it out. You might be 15, you might be 18, you might be 21 like me, or you might be 25, or sometimes you might be even 30 watching this video. And I know there's this kind of expectation that, oh, you need to get your life together. Normally, people who watch my videos, they come tell to me that, oh my god, your life looks so put together. Paathiya, nee vandu paathiya, unakku theriyuma. Seriya. The same thing happens to me when I put out a video and when I get really good comments from you guys, and I'm like, oh my god, okay, so this is my chance to put my life together, to make my life perfect. But do you think as humans we can over control our life? We can over perfect our life? முடியாது. உன்னாலும் முடியாது, என்னாலும் முடியாது. என்னால சுத்தமா முடியாது. If you're doing it, good job, but I don't think so. It is humanly possible to over control yourself or over perfectify your life. I don't know if that's a word, but you get what I'm telling. And this point is a real one. You are no longer bullying yourself. People do that. Self-bullying is the big concern right now, okay? And it sits in par with self-doubts. Adu kuda sendu okkara type idu, okay va? You're not bullying yourself for not having everything figured out. You have started to clap for your small wins. You have stopped comparing your timeline with someone else highlight reel. You talk to yourself better. You forgive yourself faster. And you love yourself even when you are still healing. And maybe that's the clearest sign that you are growing. Because you're finally treating yourself like someone worth rooting for. Let me tell you, nobody else will clap for you. Nobody else will appreciate you until and unless you start doing that for yourself. Until and unless you do not pick up yourself. Until and unless you do not pat for yourself, telling that you have done a good job. வேற யாருமே பண்ண மாட்டாங்க, நம்புங்க. So yeah, those are the 5 signs that you are growing. I hope that you guys can resonate with those 5 points, and if you do, congratulations, you are growing into a new person. Okay, well, we are 3 months over, we are in the 4th month of the year, and we are growing, and that's all it matters. Chaya. So if no one else have told you lately, you are growing quietly, gently, and authentically. There is no artificial growth here. Even if your journey is not loud and dramatic, we can still make it later, Chriya. But then for now, even if it's full of awkward stumbleness and silent lessons, it's still valid and it's still beautiful. Just look at how beautiful that is. Okay. I just love making these kind of videos for you guys because I'm able to really talk my heart out. And நான் சில டைம் சொல்கிறது வந்து கொஞ்சம் விளையாட்டுத்தனமாக இருக்கும், இல்லட்டா வந்து என்ன இந்த பிள்ளை உளறிட்டே இருக்குது அப்படின்னு தோணும். But then these truly and really come out of my heart, and I would have liked somebody to make these videos for me, because everybody goes through a phase. It's fine. Here I am making such videos for you guys. I hope you guys enjoy this kind of videos. And listen, this is not to self-judge yourself. It's all about self-analyzing. If you're doing good, amazing. If you're not doing good, it's fine. We have time to grow. And we have enough support here to pull ourselves together and get it together. You do not have to get it together. You don't have to get your life together. God has a plan. He will make it beautiful in its own time. But then, if it's today, think how beautifully you can live that life. You cannot. Can you see this? Okay, wow. See, that's how God makes your evening so beautiful. The wind, it's giving me main character energy. This is how life is all about. Adanalla, don't take it so much of stress. You guys are growing into beautiful flowers and you're gonna do amazing in your future days. Adanalla, enjoy this video. If any of these signs resonated with you, let me know in the comments below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So yep, that is for the video. Okay, well, I'll be posting every Wednesday for this month. So note panikonga, subscribe panikonga, notifications click panikonga so that you'll know that I'm gonna post every Wednesdays. Okay, so this is Sweety signing off. Please take care of yourself and you are doing better than you think. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.